Time to get serious, ladies and gentlemen. 25-lap Grand National main event. Are you guys ready? Track's clear. 25 laps the distance. The Harley-Davidson Insurance puts the board up. The Trophy Girls walking off already. It's go time. First yellow is on. Second yellow's on now, and we are green. 25-lap Grand National main event. Baker gets out of there in a hurry from the second row. It's going to be Meese and Coolbeth. Coolbeth on the inside. Meese in the 2 spot. Side-by-side battle for third. It's Baker from the second row up to third. 3 wide for third place. Here comes Smith. Baker's up there in the 4th spot now from row number 2. Smith trying the inside on Meese. It'll be the king of cool. Lead him off of 4. We'll let you listen to him one time by. Lap 1 in the books. 24 to go. It's Coolbeth at the point. Meese in second. Smith, Robinson. Baker's up there also. They're side-by-side for 5th place. One rider has to check up as they get awful close to the guardrail down the back straightaway. They're going to bring it back around. 2 laps going into books. Out front's the king of cool at the point. Kenny Coolbeth, 3-time winner of this race. Smith in second. Meese in third. Robinson 4th. Behind Robinson, it's a big gaggle of riders. Jake Johnson, Brad Baker's there. Sammy Halbert now coming towards the head of the class. They're side-by-side for third. They're side-by-side for 5th and 6th. 3 wide now for 3rd spot. Here comes Coolbeth off of 4. He's got a pretty significant lead already over Smith, Meese, Robinson. I believe that's Jake Johnson sneaking a peek on the high side. Johnson's back there in the 5th spot on the number 5. Halbert back there in 6th on the number 7. Baker, Shoemaker, Doug Lawrence, Stevie Bonzi rounds out your top 10. 3 laps down. Coolbeth last time by was ahead by 0.7 seconds, so almost a full second lead already for Coolbeth. Their second, Smith. 3rd is Meese. 4th is Robinson. Johnson, Halbert. Who's behind Halbert? That'll be the 55, Jake Shoemaker. Remember, he got second here last year. Uh-oh! Wow, Baker was all kinds of sideways. The bike completely swapped ends on him. Somehow stays on that motorcycle. Remember, he's riding a little bit hurt. Brian Smith chases the racetrack all the way up to the wall in turn 4. Coolbeth sneaking away a little bit further that time. 5 laps complete, ladies and gentlemen. 20 half miles to go. 20 laps left. Baker had the wonderful start, but he's fading fast. Robinson sneaking a peek for the 3rd spot. Robinson, there's a slight bump as they go down the back straightaway. That is where all the vehicles cross the racetrack. A slight little bump. Looks like they catch a little bit of air almost as they go down the back straightaway. Coolbeth in the lead on the 2 bike. Brian Smith on the 42 in second. Meese in 3rd right now on the number 9. Robinson looking for a way to get on the podium. Behind Robinson is Jake Johnson on the 5. Shoemaker, Halbert, Doug Lawrence, Stevie Bonzi, and Brad Baker has dropped to 10th place. Shoemaker makes a move on Jake Johnson. Shoemaker takes over the 4th spot momentarily. No, that's the 5th position. Shoemaker now puts the double nickel up to 5th. Back out front. Smooth sailing for Kenny Coolbeth Jr. Brian Smith, he's got a little bit of breathing room. Last time by, Coolbeth was leading by 1.2 seconds. It is Coolbeth on the Zanatti Racing entry. Bringing him off of 4, looking so smooth, keeping it right down there on the very bottom of the group is your leader. The rest of the riders riding up against the top edge of the group. Smith in second, Meese 3rd, Robinson, Shoemaker, Jake Johnson, Sammy Halbert, Doug Lawrence up there. Lawrence now in the 8th spot, Stevie Bonzi. Henry Wiles now is put in the top 10 from the 4th row. And the leader has problems. Leader has problems. Kenny Coolbeth off of the pace. New leader, 42, Brian Smith. Coolbeth goes to the pit area. Not sure what happened, but number 2 pulls into the pit area, takes a look down. He appears to be okay, but the bike, nothing's there. He walks away from the motorcycle. Coolbeth knows he had this one in the bag. He's already left the scene of the motorcycle. Not sure what is wrong, but he has left the bike. He's gone to the van. 42 Smith out front, Meese in second. Robinson now in the 3rd spot. Here comes Shoemaker now in 4th. Behind Shoemaker is Johnson in the 5th spot. Sammy Halbert in 6th. Behind Halbert is Doug Lawrence, Stevie Bonzi, Henry Wiles, and Brad Baker now back into the top 10. Tough break for the leader. Coolbeth is already in the van, ladies and gentlemen. The bike is underneath the Zanatti Racing tent. Tough break for Kenny Coolbeth. There's Smith out front. Meese now knows what he has to do to get another win. Last weekend, Smith led the line a half mile. Meese came up there and took it away from him at the end as Smith blew a shock. Meese is on the prowl. It does look like they catch a little bit of air on that back straightaway. It's a sight to see. Here comes Meese looking up the high side. Smith on the Kawasaki. We've had Harley-Davidson's winning here until back in '95 was the last time any other brand had won a Grand National main event. That was a Honda. Smith looking to be the first Kawasaki winner of a 25-lap Grand National main event here at Hagerstown. Kevin Clark, our flagman, pulls out the white and the green. We are halfway through the Hub City Classic. Jared Meese coming for the leader. Smith at the point. Meese in second. Robinson third. Shoemaker fourth. Halbert fifth. Johnson sixth. Lawrence seventh. Behind Lawrence is Stevie Bonzi. And behind Bonzi is Wiles up to ninth. Brad Baker in the 10th spot. Remember, Wiles coming from the third rail. Look at the battle for the lead. They have two completely different lines here. They come up before. Meese takes a look up the inside. Couple of Michigan riders battling for the lead. Meese sitting back right now. If he sits back too long, the guys behind him are going to try to catch up to him. They're up against the high edge of the groove. Battle for the lead's getting tight. Another rider has a mechanical issue on the back straightaway. Looks like the 80. That's Stevie Bonzi. That is Coolbeth's teammate. He pulls up coming off of turn number 2. Bonzi done on the 80. A tough break for the Zanatti Racing team. Both bikes are out of the race. 15 laps in the books. We got a battle for the lead. We got a battle for third and fourth. The number 80 is now in the pit area. That's Stevie Bonzi. Battle for the lead. Here comes Meese, ladies and gentlemen. The Jammer, originally from Honeybrook, Pennsylvania. This is his home track. Is looking for another win. He won Lima last weekend. Smith ended up third last weekend. Trying to change it up a little bit. Here comes Meese. Meese gets the drive up a 2. Smith has a little bit more down the back straightaway. Now Meese goes to the high side. He'll try to chop it off and now come underneath them. Here he comes off of 4. Here comes the Jammer. Meese on the 9. Smith on the 42 bike there, nose to tail. Good battle for third is now Shoemaker has gone up to the third spot, ladies and gentlemen. The Glenmore, Pennsylvania rider has moved up to third. Look at the battle for the lead down the back chute. Meese is right there. Meese is definitely hungry. He goes around the outside, shows the wheel to Smith. Now he chops it off and comes to the bottom. Here they come up before. It is Smith and Meese. The crowd is on their feet for you fans at home. Meese up there on the high side of the groove. Now he gets a little bit sideways. Smith squirts the throttle on a little bit sooner. It is Smith and Meese. Meese goes around the outside, shows the wheel. Now Smith definitely knows who's there. Meese backs off. Now he's going to try to come back underneath them. Smith takes the line away. What a race we have here at the Hub City Classic. It is Smith and Meese, 1 and 2. Shoemaker in the third spot. Battle for the lead's really tight. Trying to give you a full field rundown as soon as I can. I'm trying to watch the battle for the lead. Robinson 4th, Halbert 5th, Johnson 6th, Lawrence 7th, Wiles 8th, Baker 9th, and Robbie Pearson is now in the top 10. Crowd comes to the feet once again. Meese trying everything he can to keep the Harley streak alive here at Hagerstown. 20 laps in the books. Next time by, they'll have 4 laps to go. Who's going to win this one? Laps are winding down. Look at Meese square off the corner. He'll try to shoot by him. Doesn't quite make the pass. 4 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Smith and Meese. Meese might be sitting back a little bit, trying to get some momentum gathered up. Loses a little bit of ground over there in turn number 2. Smith pulling away now on the Kawasaki. Shoemaker in third, also on a Kawasaki. The Harley in the second position. It's the Jammer, Jared Meese, trying to make it 2 weeks in a row. 3 laps to go. Smith, Meese, Shoemaker, Robinson, Halbert, Johnson, Doug Lawrence, Henry Wiles, Brad Baker, and Bauman battling with Bugs Pearson a little bit deeper in the field. Kevin Clark, the best flagman in the business, pulls out 2 laps to go. Here he comes. He'll signal the riders. 1 mile remaining. 2.5 miles for Smith, Meese, Shoemaker, and Robinson. They might catch up to one of the lap riders. We'll have to see. Meese looks like he took a look over his shoulder. He's trying to settle into the 2 spot. Last weekend, Brian Smith had troubles with his bike, had a shock blow up. Also, Halbert had troubles. Tonight, it's Coolbeth and Bonzi. White flag is out, 1/2 mile to go for Smith and Meese. First and second. Shoemaker still in the 3rd spot. The Hub City Classic's coming to a close. Down the back straightaway they go. It is Smith by about 1/2 a second. One more white flag, then we'll see a double checkered flag coming out. Here they come off of 4. Double checkered flag in the air. Your winner, Brian Smith. Second, the jammer, Jared Meese on the 9 bike. Looks like he's a little bit off the pace. Shoemaker comes home 3rd. We'll give you a full field rundown. Here comes Wiles to finish up using that provisional. Baker, Bauman, Pearson, Coase, Carver, Texter, Mikey Martin, Hazel. And the last rider on the racetrack is Chaz Landers on the 74P. I hope you guys had a good time. For you folks leaving, thanks a lot for coming out. We'll see you next year here at the Hub City Classic. You don't have to go home straight. You don't have to go straight home, but please go home straight. How about that? Your winner, Brian Smith on the Kawasaki. We've had Harleys win here since back in 1996. Before that, we had a Honda. Harley-Davidsons have dominated this race. Jared Meese will take 2nd. Jake Shoemaker backs up his 2nd place finish here last year with a 3rd. Brandon Robinson 4th. Sammy Halbert 5th. Jake Johnson 6th. Doug Lawrence 7th. Henry Wiles 8th. Brad Baker 9th. Briar Bauman 10th. Robbie Pearson 11th. Chad Coase 12th. Jeffrey Carver 13th. Corey Texter 14th. Mikey Martin, Brad Hazel, Chaz Landers, Stevie Bonzi 18th, and Kenny Coolbeth. A tough break for our early leader, finishes in the 19th spot. So the winner's already taken his victory lap on the 42 Kawasaki. What a race. Barry Boone, did you like that one?
I love that, partner. That was a show right to the end. Let's do this thing, won't you?
Absolutely. Coming up is our victory podium celebration.
Race fans, it's time for our post-race show featuring Victory Podium. And for more on that, let's go trackside.
It is time for our post-race show featuring Victory Podium, and what a night we have had here at the Hub City Classic. Victory Podium's coming up next. Hollywood, I got to tell you something. It's got to be a heartbreaker, as it was last week for number 7. You know, it's just one of those things. It looked like Halbert had it all going his way at Lyman. The motor let go. Tonight it was Coolbeth on lap 6 with a probable ignition problem. It sidelined the Zanatti Racing point leader's motorcycle, and that took him out of contention. And, of course, later on, the 80 of Bonzi dropped a cylinder. But what a night. Man, oh, man, I tell you what, Brian Smith has got to be an excited young man.
He sure is. I'm sure we'll have the top 3 up there. Yeah, you can hear him screaming from up here.
Yeah, I tell you what, partner. He put a show on for him tonight at the Hub City Classic. We need to get 2nd and 3rd place finishers on up here, guys, wherever you may be. Come on, let's get it on here tonight at the Hub City Classic. Scotty, that was a good show, and right to the end, those two were trying to sort it out lap after lap after lap, and in the end, it was Smith.
What a great race we had. Every race out there tonight was great, and we only had a couple of incidents, riders going down. Both riders appear to be A-OK, and hopefully they'll be good to go. For 2 weeks, we'll go to Elmo, Washington. We'll get the victory podium underway. We will have the gate open up shortly. We ask that if you do go down to the pit area, please be careful. Several of those motorcycles are going to be extremely hot. And just be careful down there. Tough break for Zanatti Racing. Dave Zanatti celebrating his birthday today. Comes up a little bit short. He had the bike to beat. I believe Kenny Coolbeth had him covered. And we'll get Brian Smith.
There was no doubt Kenny Coolbeth had the bike to beat here tonight. I think he showed us that early on, but it wasn't to be. But it was to be for this guy in a strong performance here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He has finished 3rd here tonight. He's one of those Pennsylvania posse guys. Give it up for 3rd place tonight, number 55, Jake Shoemaker. Jake, great show for you tonight. You were embroiled in a real battle every lap of that one right to the end.
Thanks, Barry. Yeah, it means a lot. It was a tough race for sure, coming from the 2nd row. Had to come from, I think, about 8th. kind of wish I had a front row start. It would have been a lot better to be battling with these guys, Jared and Brian. I got to watch their whole race. It was a good race and put in good laps. I think Dale told me I had the fastest lap of the race for the past 10 laps, but put it up here on the box for the second year in a row. Last year I got second here, and this year I did get third. I went the other direction I wanted to go, but I just can't thank my sponsors enough. My mom and dad, Montgomeryville Cycle Center, Penske Suspension, Motion Pro, K&N, Silkleen Oils, everyone that's helped me, webcams, making this 700 I got fast, Kinetic Gaskets, Weisco, huge help from Weisco. Those guys really hooked it up this year. And just everyone that support my program, just all you fans out here. Without you fans, we realize we wouldn't be here, and especially the AMA and all you guys that do all the work behind the scenes to make this event happen.
Well, every time Scotty said your name tonight, the crowd erupted. You've got a lot of fans, Pennsylvania fans here in the house tonight. Once again, congratulations on yet another podium here. Perhaps next year you'll be the guy standing atop. Ladies and gentlemen, third place, number 55, Jake Shoemaker. Well, let's go talk to this guy. I tell you what, he's put on a show for us here tonight. What a battle right to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, in the end, it was number 9, the Jammer, Jared Mees, with second place in the Hub City Classic. Jammer, man, you guys put on a great race tonight. Tell us about the race from your perspective.
I finally got a good start, and I was kind of just running my own race back there in third, and then I seen Coolbeth break, and I was just like, man, I got to put something together and try to hunt Brian down, because Coolbeth was, in my eyes, checking out. So I started putting my head down and got a really good line in turns 3 and 4, and just started rolling right up on Brian, and he kind of taught me something in 1 and 2 for a line, so I used his line there and used my own in 3 and 4, and caught right up to him, and about 5 to go, I just felt like I was losing grip and losing drive, and couldn't move forward anymore. And I wanted to win Hagerstown so bad, and it's a lot of fun here. But we came a long way from the heat race till now, as far as bike setup and working well with the team. So once again, the team got the second place for me. There's no doubt. They worked so hard back there in the pit area for me, and make it so easy on me.
You really put on a good show. Everybody looked like they were struggling with grip. You especially were, but still you gave the leader all he wanted, right to the checkers.
Yeah, I gave Brian a lot of pressure. I showed him a wheel there, and I basically needed to just ride my own line, and Brian was pretty much interfering with my line. So every time I try to move around a little bit, I'd lose a lot. But hats off to Brian. I know I won. I get up there, he goes, man, you won Lima, I won Hagerstown. What the hell's going on here? This isn't his type of racetrack. But hats off to him and his team. That's awesome. And I just got to give a big shout out to my team, Rogers Racing, the Harley-Davidson Motor Company, Blue Springs, Las Vegas Harley-Davidson, SDI Insulation, National Cycle, Bell Helmets, Saddleman Seats, NGK Spark Plugs, PVL Ignitions, all of your fans, my mom, my dad, happy birthday to my mom, TCX Boots, just everybody, Specialty Fabrications, D&D Exhaust, Jack Sizemore, Millennium Technology, Kinetic Gaskets, Jack and Trent, just all the people that make this happen. Thank you.
Love working with you. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, second place for the Jammer, Jared Mees. And now we move over to this guy. I tell you what, he has put on a show for us tonight. This machine worked flawlessly for him, and he's won it. Ladies and gentlemen, national number 42, the Piper, Brian Smith, your winner of the Hub City Classic. Brian, a great win for you. That'll add 2 check marks in the W column. Talk to us about this race.
Man, I never would have, I don't think any of my competitors really bet on me to win it. I don't think anybody picked Jared to win Lima last week, and I don't think they picked me to win this week. It's just not our cup of tea, and I'm very fortunate. I got just a great group of guys behind me, and we just put it all together finally, and felt great.
At the end of the race, you had all the competition you needed by this man standing to our left. You were able to hold him off. How'd you do that?
That's a good question. I just put my head down, and I've rode a lot of laps with Jared on my heels or just on his heels, and we've traded a lot of paint on the ice all winter. We're best friends, and he lives just a few miles from me, so we'll be bragging about this till the next one, and luckily I got 2 weeks for the next race to rub it in a little bit.
Well, and these fans in this area will probably, most all of them will be at Colonial Downs. They'll get to see you again. I know there's some people you got to thank for this win here tonight.
First off, I want to thank all the fans in Hagerstown for putting on a first-class deal, as always. Crosley Radio, Via Esparza, Joe Esparza, Jeff Gordon. Man, there's a huge long list. Dink, man, he works countless hours on anything I need done. Steve Beatty for dialing in my suspension, as always. Shoei Helmets, Mafia Moto Crew. My mom and dad and all my family back home, my nephew and niece, Asen and Ella. I wish they could have been here to see this. And, you know, what really makes this special is this is Kawasaki's first half-mile win. So, you know, I gave them their first mile win and their first half-mile.
And it's been 18 years since anything but a Harley-Davidson sat atop this box.
Well, I'm proud to take that one, too.
Congratulations on yet another good win for you.
Thanks a lot. I want to thank everybody again for coming out, and thanks for my whole crew, everybody behind me. I couldn't do it without everybody at home watching. Can't wait to drink some beer with you guys tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, he really was the Piper tonight, and he has won the Hub City Classic. Give it up one more time, Hagerstown, for the Piper, Brian Smith. I will slip out of here and let these men enjoy the spoils of victory here for our Gatorade victory, for our victory podium celebration. Scotty, great race call tonight, as always. A thrill to work with you. I really wish I could be with you at Elma, Washington, but I know Sean McNary will nail it when you guys get up there. Have a great show, and I'll catch up with you on down the road just a little bit. I'm Barry Boone saying good night, Hagerstown. Thank you, guys. You're awesome.